Art Blakey once said, "Jazz washes away the dust of everyday life." Keep watching. Yes, it's got a ukulele review day as ever, back with the summary video review. Link below all of these videos. You'll find a passage to the website where you'll get more scores, pictures, more detail. Thank yous, as you can see, as ever, running across the bottom of the screen, because GotAUkulele is not brand sponsored. It doesn't get paid by the brands to do these reviews, so it keeps going thanks to the very kind generosity of my readers and viewers. Thanks so much to those people. And why not think about subscribing to the channel? I don't have enough subscribers on this channel for the amount of views these videos get, so hit that little button down there, subscribe if you like what you're seeing. You'll get notified of new stuff coming your way. Okay, the reason for that jazzy introduction and that reference is because of this instrument. It's an instrument from Kala, and I'm hardly new to the party because these have been around for a decade or more. But this is the newer incarnation of them. They've changed slightly, and this is the Kala KA-JTE series. This is the 2TS version, Archtop Tenor. Archtop looks very much like an old jazz box guitar with an arched top. Yeah, very much jazzy in style, and I use the word style advisedly because it takes its cues aesthetically from the jazz boxes, but it's built quite differently, and we'll come on to why. So it's tenor scale, as you can see, this one in this tobacco sunburst colour, which I really rather like. Also comes in black and white, I think, maybe some other colours, but I really like this one, actually, very reminiscent of the old Gibson guitars, mandolins and things like that. Really nicely done, actually. And it's all made of laminate. I've got no problem with that. A lot of the old 1950s Archtop guitars were made of pressed laminate, and that's a cheaper way to construct these, because to make it out of solid wood would involve someone carving a piece of wood by hand like they make violins, and it would cost a fortune to make. So it's pressed laminate, on the top pressed spruce, and on the back pressed laminate mahogany. And it's all very, very pretty looking at it. I really rather like it, actually. But then things start to go a bit astray, really, because first departure, we've got this bridge, which is standard ukulele tie bar bridge. It's rosewood or walnut, something like that. New bone straight top saddle, tie bar. That's not what you'd expect to see on an archtop, because on an archtop you tend to have what we call a floating bridge, which is a movable bridge, a bit like on a banjo really, where the strings run through grooves on the saddle and then run down to a tailpiece, and they have them set that way because of the arch shape on the top, and it helps keep sound transference, the compression down into the body to help with sound projection. Kala here have gone with a regular tie bar bridge. It's very tidy. I've got no problem with it as a bridge. I just think it looks completely wrong on this instrument. Completely wrong. And I think it really lets it down. There we are. Okay, F-holes, as you can see. And looking at the edge of those, it's really rather thick laminate as well, which is a bit of a worry. I can't get the camera inside there to show you what's going on because the F-holes are too small. The curved linings are notched. I can't see any regular bracing, but I think that's because of the arch shape. It doesn't need it because it's got strength in the arch. Decoration starts to go off for me a bit as well. All of this plastic pearly edge binding on the top and back I think is gaudy. I think that would have looked much nicer if it was just simply in cream. And the body is finished in a satin, which, whilst it's nicely done and there's no flaws in it, the earlier incarnations of this were in gloss, and I think that would have made the colours of the sunburst in particular really pop and shine more. You'll have also seen this on the side. It's the bugbear of mine, isn't it? Now, I've got no problem with the pickup being in this instrument. In fact, most Archtop guitars tended to have pickups in them because they don't make a huge amount of sound. Well, they do make sound acoustically, but they sound better plugged in. And Kala have gone with an active system with batteries and jack socket compartments, and I just don't want all of this, and I don't want all that extra wiring inside. I don't want all that extra weight. I think it's unnecessary. Just give me a passive pickup, that's all I want. I appreciate that's just me, it's something I moan about. The neck, moving on, is made of mahogany. I can't tell you how many pieces because of the staining on the back covering where the joints are likely to be. But it's quite nicely finished in a satin with the same sunburst rubbed finish to it. It's probably 3 pieces. Don't like this really chunky heel with this pearlier end cap, but what I particularly don't like about it is what they've done here. Archtops would have a floating fingerboard piece over the top end of the body. What Kala have done here is kind of give you the illusion that it's floating, but done badly, and so it sort of sits on a block of wood. I think it looks really ugly and wrong. I don't like the width of the neck. I never do on Kala's. Kala really needs to sort of get into the 2020s now. This is only 34mm wide at the nut, 27 from G2A, rounded on the back. Not a very nice profile for me at all. I get that that's subjective, again, depends on your hand size, but it's not for me, and I know it's not a lot for a lot of people. That's topped in a rosewood, I think, fingerboard. It doesn't need conditioning, but there's a bit of scruffiness down here. There's also a bit of scruffiness on this edge binding, yet more pearl. I don't think it's very tidy, particularly down at the end, and I think it's gaudy. 18 frets, 14 to the body, dots facing out at 5, 7, 10 and 12 in white pearl, and black dots repeated on the side, so that's good. Beyond that, new bone nut, and the setup on this is alright. Typical Kala 3-pointed crown headstock, finishing more of the black from the body, gold screen print Kala logo there. Not much more to say, and not much more to say about the tuners either, which are sealed chrome gears, pretty unremarkable. And aside from that pickup, the strap button and the Ukulele strings, you get nothing else with it, which is something else which I think Kala are starting to show their age with, I suppose, because at the price points that they compete at with these instruments, most will at least give you a bag now. Kala give you absolutely nothing, and I think they should give you something. And I think they should also give you something when I tell you that the price of this, and it's quite variable depending on how it's discounted, but at the bottom end I've seen this for £280, and I've seen it going up to £350. Even at the bottom end, I think that's too expensive, because what this essentially is just a laminate tenor with a pickup in it. I know it's got this arch top on it, but it's not a true arch top. It's not got a floating bridge. It's not got the tailpiece. It's not got the nice lightly attached neck. It is just it's just purely an aesthetic thing. So I think it's a lot of money, and certainly a lot of money at 350 quid. So I don't think the price is right. Now, okay, I'm being all a bit mixed here. I love the sunburst look of it. I love the concept of making a jazz box type ukulele, but I think it falls down then because it's not a jazz box. It's just that bridge is all wrong, all wrong. You know, it'll be fine. It works as a bridge, but it just doesn't look right on this instrument. I don't like the gaudiness. I really don't like the narrow nut, and I really don't like the price. Okay, sound-wise, this is probably a review of 2 halves as well, because we've got 2 sides to this, haven't we? We've got the acoustic side, and jazz boxes are a bit more limited because it's the way they're built, basically. But it's also got the pickup in it as well. So is it a sort of one-size-fits-all? Does it suit both, or does it really only work one or the other? We're in tune. Volume. You're going to have to take my word for this because I'm on a microphone, and there's equalization on YouTube. It's not the loudest ukulele at all. It's alright, but you're going to get lost playing this acoustically at a jam. Sustain is better, but it's not out of the park. And then the tone itself I find a bit, it's alright, but it's a bit... It's not a £280 tone. It's not a £350 tone. It's kind of just a bit limp. It's just lacking spark. Bit better finger picked. this nut. I find it hard to play. Yeah, okay, but as I say, 2 halves. So let's, I'm not going to do a lot of it plugged in, but okay, so it works as a pickup. Nice and even volume across the strings. Now, it sounds the same, it sounds just louder, but the beauty of a pickup is you can put it through an EQ section, you can dial out some of those unwanted tones. So it works, okay. So I quite like it for that. Plugged in, it's going to be all right. I think it falls down a bit acoustically. I just don't think you're going to be heard very much playing this acoustically. I didn't give it a terrible score. I didn't give it a cracking score. It's got an average score really for me, because it's not a bad instrument, and I do like the concept and I do like the look of the Sunburst, but it's not a jazz box, and it's trying to be, or is it trying to be? I don't know. Am I doing it a disservice? But that lifeless acoustic tone, it's really something I'd only really want to plug in. Means it falls down for me, but it's the price of it. I think the price is just completely wrong. I think you're paying a lot of money for something here, and it is just really a laminate tenor with a pickup in it, an active pickup at that. So, you know, go carefully. Doesn't get a whole recommendation from me, but I know a lot of people like them, and it's a bit different, I guess. There we are. Enjoy the rest of your week. I will be back next week, and you know, would you believe it? Would you believe it? This is what I'm back with. So we have another one. So we'll see in something of a comparison between the two as to how this one stacks up, and that'll be an interesting comparable. Stay very safe out there, everyone, and I hope you have a very nice week. The sky is blue. Try and get some fresh air, get outside, enjoy yourselves if you can. Take care, everybody, and I will see you very soon. Bye.